veneration of Ashoka. Now, Ashoka was actually an almost forgotten character in Indian history. He was rediscovered by the British historians in the 19th century. And then he was packaged as some sort of a pacifist. There is no evidence of him becoming a pacifist ever. He was clearly a Buddhist before he went into Kalinga. And his edicts clearly suggest that he was not a pacifist even afterwards.
But the entire narrative that we studied in school was that the war affected him so much.
Yes, but there is no evidence of it. It is just pure storytelling. The evidence is absolutely clear from inscriptions that he was already a Buddhist. No ancient text links his conversion to Buddhism, if you can call it a conversion, linked to the Kalinga War. In the one inscription where he mentions the Kalinga War and his regret for it, you have to see the very next paragraph of the context in which he's saying it. He's not saying it as some sort of a regret and apology to the people of Kalinga, because this inscription is not in Kalinga. It's in far away in what is now Pakistan, where he says, yes, I killed all these people, I feel great regret. And the very next paragraph he says, but if you forest tribes behave badly, I'll do the same thing to you. It's a threat. And there are Sri Lankan texts which are very often used to eulogize Ashoka. The same text tells us about how he carried out massacres of
his brothers,
of the Ajivikas, of Jains. All of this, he has multiple massacres that he's carrying out. There's no suggestion that he became a pacifist at all. So why was he? So the question is not about this history itself, which is clearly false. The question is, why did the British take it on?
Yeah.
Basically, this is part of the same agenda. Okay, you have an ancient civilization. There's clearly evidence that there were great empires in the past. But look, your best and most important emperor was a nice pacifist chap. Okay, so he's the guy you should follow. Okay, why? People like Shivaji are somewhat uncomfortable. And you see the same thing in the later period as well. If you read
even the freedom struggle, no, you're always told that the moderates were the good guys, the extremists were the bad guys.
The very use of the terms moderates and extremist.
That's what we studied, right?
Yes, whereas the terms, what did Aurobindo Ghosh, later called Sri Aurobindo, called the same combinations. He called the so-called extremists as the nationalists and the other guys as the loyalists. So the other side is shown in the literature of the nationalists as being collaborators. So you have to be very careful with the use of these terms. The very fact that this terminology is used tells you who told the story after independence into our textbooks.
Right. So we have to develop a language of our own.
Yes.
Which means does it mean rewriting the past language, or is it a future thing?
No. Look at the original primary evidence. And based on that, you write a story that is reasonable. Not all of it will be clear. I mean, we debate what happened yesterday on our TV channels. So it's not unusual that historians should debate what happened 4,000 years ago.
Okay.
But then look at the evidence and begin to look at it. It's not like Romila Thapar was having breakfast with Ashoka.
Right.
She's also trying to interpret the same text that I have.
Yeah, but the allegation is that the BJP or the ND government, ever since it's come to power, they are rewriting everything with ineffective information. And
so the point is, it is perfectly fair to criticize where there is primary evidence that contradicts what's in the textbook.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. If such a thing is found, I will be the first to stand up and say this should be corrected. However, most of what you have, as I said, I can take you through all the textbooks, and every other step you will find some twisting. I mean, something as foundational as Ashoka is fictitious. So you can imagine what is there right through the whole narrative building, right through to modern times. I mean, all these global indices, for example, will show you, Nepal being put 50 ranks above India in democracy index till, few weeks before it actually has a coup. This is the kind of research and narrative building that goes on. yours and my Wikipedia are continuously being twisted in a particular way.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate the effort and energy that goes into controlling global narrative.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.